What's going on, guys? This is Josh with PG Retro Games, back with another one for you. Today we've got something that I have never worked on, but it can't be too dissimilar because most of them are the same because Sony is not good at updating stuff. I have a PlayStation 5 Pro Digital Edition. We're going to maybe turn it into a disc edition. I believe I have a disc drive from a PS5 Slim. We may add it to it. We may not. I don't know yet. But yeah, just wanted to give an intro real quick, and we're going to get into this repair. Supposedly it's just HDMI. We're going to figure it out. All right, guys, come along with me. All right, I believe the angle is pretty good. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. All right, guys, so what I'm told with this PS5 Pro is that the HDMI port is bad, and looking at it, the corner is absolutely broken off on the port. Try and zoom in here. Oh no, I'm knocking you over. Oh goodness. Yeah, so you can see that the port is absolutely destroyed on the corner. So we're gonna go ahead and tear this bad boy down and repair that. Shouldn't be too hard. Should be pretty quick. I'm guessing this comes apart like a Slim, which it feels like it does. Yep, it's exactly like a Slim. So they should come right apart, which they do. I gotta figure out something. Let me see. Move my air station back a little bit. Okay, there we go. That should, oh, nope, it doesn't alleviate any of the shaking because it's on my tripod and it's on the table. I need to figure out something with that. Some kind of mount or something along the lines of. All right, yeah, so it's got the 2 screws on the back for the power supply. Pretty simple. Console's not terribly dusty, dirty, etc. I have never torn one of these down. I can't imagine it's much different than a PS5 Slim. I do see, whoa. The fan connector's got its little cover. This guy here, I don't know what that is specifically. Let's see. I can't believe that shakes the table so bad. That's insane. All right. Anyway, let's tear these screws out. These should be fine thread screws, I'm guessing. Yep. So, no different. There should be 2 fine thread screws on these ports on the fan, which that is the case. This one up here should be a long screw. Longer, yep. This should be a tiny little short screw unless they've changed it. Nope, tiny little baby screw. Yeah, so basically the same teardown. Now these guys here, 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 and here. Nope, that's a long screw. And here should all be short screws. Should be. Or medium length. These should be the normal screws. Yep, and they are. Okay, cool. So far, pretty straightforward, pretty much the same. This should be a long screw over here. Maybe. Yep, so it is. Is that the same length as the long screw out of the fan? It is, so they did change that up. It used to be this one over here was a, and they may have changed that with the Slim. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. But that used to be a long screw, but a weird length long screw. It was never the same as the long screws in the corner ports over here. And this one was always a fine thread screw, so it looks like it's a long screw now. Yep. They have severely reduced the number of screws, so unless I'm missing something, yeah, we'll see what's under that port. And obviously this is the SSD tray that needs to come out. That has not changed. Oh, right out of the rip. I hate it. I hate it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I dropped them. I don't know if it's going to focus or not on that, but that would be a roach nymph. So we have a disinfecting case here, as well as, I'm going to put gloves on because gross. It's crazy because we really don't have roaches here in Pennsylvania, right? But all of these consoles that I get, I don't know where these people are taking their PS5s or where they're buying them. They told me they bought this brand new. Where did you pick roaches at? Pick roaches up at? Like, that's just crazy to me. Get the fan connector out. Bam. My fan received a beautiful black matte upgrade. I like the Pro fans. Those are cool looking. All right, so it doesn't look too bad otherwise. Let's see what's under this cool little trapdoor because I've never seen this. Okay. All right. I guess we're not going to see what's under that cool little trapdoor because holy cow. There we go. Just needed some more torque, as it were. Oh. Okay, so that's just a battery cover. I mean, it's still definitely holding something on. That's so weird. Is that just a CMOS battery? Just chilling? That's cool. All right. Aha, there is a warranty sticker. Man, that thing eluded my eyes. Okay, so there is a warranty sticker. I didn't notice it. I looked for it. I'm clearly blind, but I found it now. Come on, let go of my tweezers. Thank you. And that is just another long screw. Okay. Bam. So that should be it. I think. Oh, am I missing? I am missing something. Where am I missing it? Is it? No, it can't be that. Does this pop up? I feel like there's a screw under here. But this doesn't feel separate like it. Oh, son of a gun, it is. And look at that. The two screws that are normally under there. I thought that was built in. Okay, so we're learning together. These look like just regular length screws. They are. They're not marked with the little 2 dots or 1 dot, etc. So, okay, now I think we're officially finished, right? Yeah, all right. Cool. All right, so first look again. That's crazy. They have the CMOS battery on its own little like connection. Otherwise, it looks like a Slim, more or less. I mean, there's some slight differences. It looks like maybe, but okay. This is just loose on here, so this should just unplug. Man. I could see that being a repair in the future for sure because that connector is extremely flimsy. And if people rip the fan connectors off, they're definitely going to rip that little guy off, which it is what it is. All right. Got your Bluetooth antennas here. Significantly shorter on this console, I've noticed. I think they're shorter on the Slims too. They route fairly similar. Move them over there, and then we just have the 7,000 million silver screws. So we are going to go ahead and take these out, and I'm going to time lapse it because nobody wants to watch 9 million of this. My gosh, that thermal putty is no joke. Good night. I've never had it rip up like that before off the MOSFETs. That's crazy. It's usually all over the MOSFETs forever. Okay, that's not too bad. I can deal with that. All right, clamp is the same, more or less. I do like this cool little skinny design that they went with instead of the big fat one. I don't know why. It is just neat. Clamp off. And where are my grabbers? And I am so sorry I shake you guys every time I reach for something. I need to figure out a different setup. Wow, that is jammed in there. Okay. All right, so board screws. We have the typical two. We've got one in this corner, one in this corner. Pretty straightforward. And I did notice too, they had one random black screw up here, and then the typical silver, the long silver here. All right, grand reveal underneath. Here we go, board reveal, yay. Okay, maybe not. Oh my. There's no other screws, right? It's just two, okay. Man. They did not play with their thermal putty. Oh my gosh, you can hear it. Okay. Bam, she's out of the power supply. There we go. All right. Cha-cha. There's the new design on the APUs. That APU is so skinny. It's so tiny. But the new design that has the cool ridges in it. Supposedly it helps. Clearly it doesn't. Now, what I will say, and now don't get me wrong, this PS5 is fairly new. So I wouldn't expect there to be a ton of dry spots, but there's a little bit here, and then maybe a tiny bit starting here on the APU. But honestly, that new design was supposed to help, and you can tell clearly this dude played this with it standing up because it is all pulled to one side, as always. And I will fight that battle until the day I die. There is no reason to play your PlayStation standing up. Maybe it looks cool to some people. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going to put this in the old Hako Omni clamp, or Omni vise. See if it'll hold the motherboard. And then we're going to do the HDMI port. So I will bring y'all back when we are set up. All right, I think we are officially ready to go now that I have spilt my Celsius all over my table and got the camera where I want it, and it's gonna jiggle stupidly this whole time, and that's gonna drive me bananas. We're gonna get through it though. It's gonna be okay. Spilled Celsius all over my flux. Oh, I bet you $5. $5 I knocked this over at least once. All right, folks, you know the drill. Well, maybe you know the drill. Maybe this is your first time seeing repairs done. I've got my air extractor, or my fume extractor behind the board. I've got my hot air station on. It is on 410 Celsius currently. And we're just gonna let that solder melt. I don't see a need in putting low melt solder on these ports. The solder that Sony uses melts pretty quickly, generally speaking. But it still takes a few minutes. After this, we'll clean it up with the iron, and we will add leaded solder, just to make the re-application of the port work a little better. Now you saw I added flux to the board. She's not quite ready yet. I do see, I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't in the camera angle that I have, but the legs are starting to soften. I can see the solder melting on the legs. So it's just a matter of time, and yep, there it is. Easy peasy. And we're gonna hang the hot air up for a minute and melt my phone cord with it, or come very close to melting my phone cord with it. Okay. All right, what tip do I have? That tip will work. Okay. Turn on the soldering station here. Add a little bit more flux. Honestly, that's not horrible. That's way too much flux, by the way. Don't add that much, ever. That was a mistake on my part. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this with 2 hands, because I'm gonna have to hold the Omni vise. Actually, I gotta clean that tip off a little bit. Sorry, I'm probably shaking you guys. We're gonna come in here. And just careful not to knock that coupling capacitor off. And yes, we have a bridge on the pins. That's okay. We're gonna fix it. It's not a big deal. Actually, I don't know why it's bridging that bad. Maybe that much flux was a good idea. That's way too much, but we'll clean it up. There she goes. And again, being careful not to hit that coupling capacitor. We'll just add a little bit of solder to the leg holes, and it's going to look like too much at first, but once I hit it with the hot air, you will see it drop through the board, and then it will be perfect. Here we go. Good. I don't think I have any bridges. I think we're good there. Okay, so we'll be done with the iron. We're going to clean this up just a little bit. Maybe, if I can find my alcohol. There we go. Just a little bit of IPA. We're going to add more flux to it, but we're just going to get some of the excess off now. And then once we put the new port on, we still in frame? Yeah, pretty good. Once we put the new port on, we will clean it up better because the board will be hotter with the hot air. A little bit of flux, nothing crazy. And then I'm trying to get it in camera there. We're going to, that is flux, that is your new port. And we're just going to tin. I don't even know if I'm going to be on. Okay, I'm going to get a closer look. Yep, looks pretty good. And that's just pre-tinning the pins. It'll help them stick better. Sorry, I'm probably bumping you guys pretty good there. All right. This is going to be tricky, but I should be able to hold this with my hemos in the corner. And now you're going to notice too that this solder is going to melt much, much faster, and you should be able to see those solder blobs that I put in the leg holes fall right through to the other side of the board. Once this starts melting, it'll be pretty fast. Yep, here goes 1, 2, get this side going. Yep, and there they all go. Make sure that the pins, or the pads, I'm sorry, see how the solder pads, or the solder leg holes all fell through. The solder on the pins looks like it's pretty good and liquid. Now if I knock the board over, I'll be darned. I didn't. I'm impressed with myself. Okay. Move it around a little bit, hold it on there. Okay, and we're going to come off with the hot air, hold the vise, and hold down on the port. Now normally I wouldn't have to do that, but I'm also not normally using the Omni vise to do this. And yeah, I believe that was a successful replacement. I don't know if you can see the pins, you probably can't, but you got to see the process. So, and there you go with the, remember what I said about cleaning the board while it's hot? Get a little IPA on there and just clean that flux up. Okay, diode is still in place, coupling capacitor is still in place, and we're looking pretty good. I will go through and, oops, I think I took you out of focus there for a little bit. There we go, that'll work. You can see the pins are all lined up. Soldered in nicely. The legs have an excellent amount of solder on them. Yeah, guys. All right, I'm going to check these pins, make sure they're solid, and then I will be right back. All right, y'all. The pins all look good. The pins are all solidly attached. We are going to go ahead and clean up the liquid metal. I'm going to fast forward through this because I think you've all seen the process for this. And if you haven't, it's going to show the process just a little quicker. Super simple. All you need is some IPA on a Q-tip. And the IPA allows you to move the liquid metal without it sticking to the Q-tip itself. So you just want to get the liquid metal all rounded up. Get it on the chip somewhere. This chip is pretty clean, so we really don't have to worry about a dry spot too much. It doesn't look like. And yeah, we're gonna clean up what we can on the chip, or what we see on the chip, respread the liquid metal, do the same thing on the heatsink, and we will be right back. And I think we're good. So we're gonna check it out. You know, it's always a possibility that the port needs some touch-up love, and we'll check that out right now. But there's our minimum reassembly for testing. There is our test monitor. Console is on. Oh, yes. That's what we like to see, baby. Beautiful. All right, guys. So that's it. So this PlayStation 5 Pro is fixed. I'm going to finish cleaning it up a little bit. Going to get it put back together. And yeah, she's going to be up for sale. So check out, you know, pgretrogames.com. I'll put it up here somewhere. And check out our eBay, PG Retro Games as well. And yeah, maybe you can pick up this PS5 Pro. We're going to have it listed for a fairly competitive price, and we're going to have a new DualSense controller with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was a little bit informative. I know there's a ton of people that do HDMI repair and other types of repair online. But yeah, I'm hoping that I helped somebody out, and we, you know, saved another console from the landfill. So there you go. As always, guys, stay classic. This is Josh with PG Retro Games. See y'all later.